Okay, progress update on my project board. I could hear a funny noise every time I brought in the supercharger, and it got to a stage and I thought, that doesn't sound right. Kind of like when you hear, or you see a dragster, it blows the top off its supercharger, straight off the engine block. It had a similar sort of noise. So I thought, sod it, pull it apart, and the noise I was hearing is it actually blown the gasket. You can see it's broken clean in half. So the noise I was hearing was a combination, I think, of combustion noise coming back out as I backed off the fan. So as I said before, this is the one I've ported out, and this is straight through all the way. That grey bit is obviously the JB Weld, which is absolutely wonderful shit. I really like that. Right, so this has been running on Guinness for periods of up to an hour. Pure Guinness, full strength. Not your normal 4% brand, but this is what I use in my summer cars. Yeah, all my summer cars have this. It's like track day oil, and I use it because I drive fast and I hammer cars. And one thing I don't like is noisy hydraulic lifters. So the 60 weight survives that. I can never ever get a noisy hydraulic lifter, on either of my cars that I use in the summer. But it's not that good for the winter. It always sounds like it's got a flat battery. Well, it would do because it's thick as shit. Okay, so bear that in mind, because that is the version of Guinness that this has been running on. Okay, let's have a look down the old throat. I think we can pretty much agree it is clean. Yep, he is clean. He has got a brown tinge to him at the top, which is the indication you would get from a normal spark plug. Yeah, you get that brown tone to say, yeah, you're running okay. No problems there, and which is very surprising. Yeah, very surprising. I will upload another video of me trying to really gas it out, where I both pumps running, flat out, squirt, just to see if I could blow it up, basically. You can see here where the rubber seal was and the glow plug. I actually glued those in because I knew I was going to be using a supercharger to really pressure this chamber. Yeah, and because they didn't blow out, it blew the gasket out instead. So, bye-bye gasket, we'll have a new one on there. This particular heater came with this asbestos gaskets. If you look at the way they fit, it's absolutely atrocious, look. I mean, so that's with all 4 bolts in. Look how far you can get that wrong. Yeah, you can really get that wrong in a big way. So they have, like I said, fiberglass gaskets, and they're quite thick. And I'm going to have to go and grab some blue tack off me little girl and use it as plastic gauge, because I'm not sure if that gasket, which is pretty thick, I mean that's a good old 50, 0.50, 0.60, whether that gasket being that thick would then make the fan rub on the back of the housing. I really don't know what the clearance is, so I'm going to have to get some blue tack, put some blobs of blue tack on there, bolt it down and see where the pressure points are. The same as when you're setting up main bearings, you want to know your oil clearance between your crank and your bearings. Use plastic gauge, and that's how you know. So I'm going to try the blue tack trick on that with a normal gasket, just a paper one. and see where we go from there. Right, over to the burn chamber. So you can see here where I've got the extra glow plug, and I put JB weld around the thread. Yeah, I just wiped it around my finger, just in case it did flood. I didn't want oil coming out this way and getting all gunked up round the fan. Let me turn him over. Okay, I've got 3 stainless steel screws in here. And let's try to get the best view possible for you. You can see those stainless steel strips have been getting very, very hot. Those 3 screws are just to hold that in place so it doesn't blow itself down the chamber. But yeah, that all appears to be working fine. Should I put it there for a second? Just for a second, right. Let me connect up the glow plug. Okay, come out. Glow plug is connected and still working. Yeah, you can see it nice and clear down there. And the gauze is getting, well, you can see it through there as well, look. Yeah, it is very, very nice and hot. I have to put that on there because I think if I put it on the bench, it's going to burn my bench. Okay. Oh, look. He's burning off some shit for me. Alright, if it cools down enough, I will poke my endoscope down there to show you how clean the stainless steel is. I don't want to put it on the bench. It's going to melt the bleeding bench, I'm sure of it. Let me just feel out what it is. Fucking red hot. Okay, let's move it over here. On the alley bit. Come here. Sit on the alley. Don't fucking burn anything. Right, okay. Oh, this is going to be not very easy, is it? Okay, I'll see what I can do. Don't burn my camera, please. I was hoping to get you a picture of the gauze. Get down there. Okay. Right, can you see that? Okay, that looks, so that's the gauze after 14 hours of running it on crud, and it's clean. So the supercharger has helped blow the shit off, plus the second glow plug has really paid off. Yeah. Alright, it's a pain in the ass to tap in there because it is not a normal steel. Yeah, actually it's not. It's a casting. Yeah. I mean, that bit on the back is a casting. That's why it's got those little fins on the side. I don't think there's ever been one lump of metal that somebody's milled into shape. I think that's just a casting. Yeah, and when you try to drill and tap it, you suddenly realise, what's going on here? This is awkward. Yeah, it's really awkward to get it in. But if it works, it works. And it does. And I can actually choke up my whole diesel heater with fucking oil, put my glow plug on, whiz me 2 fans up, my supercharger fan and the main fan, and I can clear it out and it will fire up, yeah, without me having to keep digging it, taking the whole bloody thing out and cleaning it, which was the whole goal in the first place. Okay, anything I've missed? Let me think. There was some questions on the size of my copper pipe. So I'm using a 6mm copper pipe. Yeah, the actual internal diameter of this fuel line is 2mm. Yeah, there's 2mm. So I'm using 6mm copper pipe that has an internal ID of 4mm. So based on surface tension of the oil passing through there, you're going to lose a millimetre roughly on either side of the pipe. So you're only going to end up with 1mm supply coming through the middle. Yeah, so that's why I went up on the size of it. It's because I wanted the high volume, and it's going to be obviously low pressure because it's still, even though it's warm, it's thick. Yeah, and you would never get thick oil through that little hole, or if you supplied from your tank, yeah, a 2mm pipe with 1060 oil, you'd never get it in there, not in a million years, not without using your blow lamp to heat the pipes out. Okay, I think that's about all. Oh, you can definitely see that. I had a little blow by there, look at that, nice crack. What about that one? Okay, the exhaust one don't look that clever either. No, that's got a chunk missing out of it. Okay, you can have a new one of them. You can still, I mean, I run this until I had shit pouring out the exhaust. Yeah, just pure shit. And my O2 meters were showing 12, something sick like that. So you clearly can't run it at that volume with two pumps, both delivering pressure on number 3, number 4. Yeah, you'd have to moderate how the supply is determined. Yeah, you can't just go open bore all the way through, because I just don't think it'll work. Well, it might work with, say, if you ATF, yes, because that's about a 10 weight. And some of these like 0-30 oils, you get in Mercs for economy. Yeah, and even a worn out 1040 would be okay. Would be a lot better than I'm putting in at the moment. So it is all down to viscosity. God, that's a hard word to say. How do you measure it, by the way? How do you measure viscosity? It is pretty simple. It really is. Do you know when they advertise, say, on eBay, they're talking about, oh, this is like type C 28-second oil. And it basically means paraffin. Yeah, 28 seconds. And where they get that from? Well, let me get a jar. Come here. Years back, they invented a device. I gather the device was invented by Mr. Redwood because it's called a Redwood viscometer. Yeah. So basically, you get a jar like that, and in the bottom of the jar, you have a little metal tube, and that metal tube is 12mm long, with an internal diameter of 1.7 mil. Yeah. So you pour your oil in there, then the whole of this jar goes into another tank, and that tank is filled up with water that you heat up. Yeah, so you heat it up to the running temperature of your car. So if you look at your water temperature, you know how hot your oil is. Yeah, so if your car's showing 80, your oil's 80. Yeah, so they heat the water up until the oil is thin, then open up a little valve at the bottom, and they run they get a stopwatch and they time how long it takes to fill up a 50 ml beaker. Yeah, that's where they get if it takes 28 seconds, that's where how long it takes to fill up a beaker of 50 ml through a 1.7 arsehole. Yeah, if it's 35 seconds, then it's diesel. But what we're playing around with is this old black Guinness stuff. I mean, you can barely get it through a 1.7 ml hole. So I bet Mr. Redwood made a few quid out of developing that little tool for testing oils. Okay, I think that's about enough because time is dragging on. Yeah, 15 minutes. Alright, bye for now. Catch you later.